Hey guys, Mike Volkin here with Freelancer Masterclass. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for awesome content for freelancers. Today we're going to be discussing the ultimate guide to Upwork proposals that win jobs. So many freelancers are part of Upwork, and they want to know how to convert clients or prospects into clients the best way possible. Well, a part of that process is Upwork proposals. You got to know how to write it because you're competing with a lot of other people. Clients that post jobs on Upwork get sometimes over 90 proposals for certain jobs, especially in tech-related ones, which are hot right now. So I'm going to show you how to stand out from the rest. The first thing I want you to do is, it's a warning. Don't make it boilerplate, okay? The first thing I do when I hire, and I do hire a lot on Upwork, is I make sure that I archive or delete any boilerplate proposals. Those are ones that are just copy and paste. They're no different. Somebody might just go ahead and send the same exact proposal to 50 people that day, just anything and anything. And then those are the ones that get archived. So what you want to do right off the bat is make that first sentence unique and captivating so they know that it's been read. One of the things that a lot of us people who like to hire on Upwork do is they put our name or our company name somewhere in there. And that is kind of a little nugget for you to pick up on, because in your proposal, you should absolutely have that name. I'll have my first name in there. So if you don't address me by my first name, I'll know that you do not read through the proposal. And then once you send the proposal, you should always present it with loom.com. This is probably, and I test everything, this is probably one of the biggest conversion factors, increases that I got. And what I would say is you can use a free version. Loom.com has an upgraded version that I pay for, but it just gives you, it gives you additional features that you may or may not need. The free version will be super fine just to test the waters and see if you like it. But Loom basically is a screen share recorder, and you can go right on their website. You can present yourself just like I am here, high in the lower left-hand part of the screen. You can do a full screen presentation of just you. This is loom.com. This is a screen share video. And so if you have a person that has a job open for a freelance writer, that would create that instant connection. It's like, here's my face, here's my workspace, here's what I like to do, here's some examples of my work. Even designers, they can show physical printouts of your work. It's great for me in marketing because I can do screen share walkthroughs of conversion recommendations I have for your video or SEO stuff, whatever, marketing strategy. Lots of stuff, lots of industries can use loom.com, and it's free or nearly free, even with the upgraded version. So always present it with that personability that you would come to expect if you were someone hiring for the job. Because if you're not personable, you're just another freelancer applying for a job. And then always, this is the big one, always follow up after a few days. Hey, what'd you think? A lot of times you won't, in fact, many times you won't know that person's contact information if it's on Upwork. But in the job description, sometimes there's information about, their website or their company name, which you can Google. You can follow up with them on LinkedIn. Say, hey, I've sent a proposal on Upwork. What'd you guys think? That type of thing. All right. What I would not recommend is following up with them if you did not send a proposal. I get that a lot, and that's an immediate. I report those to Upwork. Those are people who don't send in proposals through Upwork, but they send them. They would go to my website, or they'll send me a message on LinkedIn that says, "Here, this is what I have to offer you." Those people get immediately disqualified, and that's actually a violation of Upwork's terms. That's my pet peeve. Those annoy the heck out of me. If you're from overseas, like India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, and you do that, to me, I will report you. I'll tell you, I'm not being a jerk, but I get no less when I post a tech-related job, especially SEO or website-related work, especially WordPress. That's a big one. I'll get no less than a dozen people try to reach me through my website. It says something like, greetings of the day. We can guarantee you top placement on Google, and we can provide you 1 month of free, blah, 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 blah. I get those all day long and on Sunday. Like, you're not doing anything special. All you're doing is spamming me. Especially now that Upwork has the paid bids where you pay to put in a proposal. I'm getting even more of them now. So those are my 3 tips. Don't make it boilerplate. Present it with Loom, and follow up after a few days. The fortune is in the follow-up. You've heard that business phrase before. It's for a reason, okay? So here's what I want you to put inside the actual proposal. Just remember the 3 I's. The first one, the 3 I's are issue, impact, and importance. Okay, we'll go through each of them. think to yourself when you're writing the proposal, what is their biggest issue? What's their pain point? Okay. Do they have a lead generation problem? Is their existing writer not proficient with creative writing? I mean, the job proposal is for them to pour their hearts out to you in most cases. They're well written, they're thorough, and they're telling you what their pain is. So I want you to write down or note on the side, a piece of paper, what is their one or two biggest issues that they have? That's what they're hoping you'd address. Okay. And then what is the impact? So I want you to write out what their impact, I have here, have them answer what the value is if the project doesn't get completed. That's if you get them on the phone. If you're before that point, if you're actually responding to them on Upwork, I want you to write out what that impact would be. Hey, I bet if you don't get this writing proposal done, then your SEO will be affected. Your newsletter subscribers won't get notified of, this month of new content, whatever it is. Get as granular as you can. If you can relate that back to some kind of estimated loss of revenue, even better. Okay. Have them understand what that impact is. And the last one is importance. How important is it to you? So you're asking them this. Is this important to their job performance or review? So a lot of times it's not the founder of the company that's writing these job proposals. It's a marketing manager or something. So you want to ask them that question, is it important for the company revenue or the bottom line? Having you ask that question helps them understand that you're looking at this through their eyes, through their lens, through their problems that they're facing, their stress. They may be having to report something to their boss, some numbers, some conversion issues, whatever the case. But a lot of freelancers don't ask that. And when you put yourself in their shoes, that it makes you way more relatable and you create that instant connection, okay? So issue, impact, and importance. Remember that. And you want to remember throughout the whole thing, don't sell them on your service. All right. There's too many of that, like car salesman type of stuff. Call me in the next 3 days and we'll do this, or I'll add this, or listen, you want to prescribe them. Okay. Like a doctor prescribes. A doctor's not trying to sell you a prescription. Okay. They're diagnosing your issue and they're telling you this will solve your problem. Hopefully swallow this pill, take this shot, whatever the case. Okay. Tell them that this is what you need to do. What you're doing is you're not selling them on yourself. You're selling them on the opportunity that they don't want to miss out on. So the opportunity is having you work for their team. You can solve their problems. And you want to offer some kind of quick value add that will show them your skill sets. So I mentioned earlier in this video that I do a loom.com video review, a video website review. So if it's somebody that's posting a job that says, I'm having conversion issues, I'm getting lots of traffic, just nobody's buying. I'll go through the website. I'll give them a little taste of what I think. And I'll say at the end of the video, there's a lot more comments I have. Let's set up a call so we could talk more thoroughly about this. Okay, that's one example of like a quick value add that will showcase my experience and leave them a little nugget for them to come back wanting more. Okay, now the barrier to entry must be low. Too many people go for the grand slam. I get marketers sometimes when I hire marketers. Yes, I am a marketer, but I hire marketers because marketing is such a wide range of skill sets now. But one of the things they'll say, they'll say to me, hey, my barrier to if you want to work with me, it's a $5,000 minimum a month. All right. So that's immediately like it's a turnoff unless you create extreme value out of that. I don't have a problem paying you $5,000 a month, but not on an initial email. I mean, you got to prove yourself to me first. Unless they're already talking high numbers, that's the exception. So if I'm posting something that says, hey, I'm making $100,000 a month. I need someone to take this channel, and I need you to just generate this, make $250,000 in the next year. That kind of thing. If they're already talking high numbers, most people on Upwork aren't talking high numbers. Unfortunately, and fortunately, most people on Upwork are startups, 1 to 5 people teams. Okay, so I want you to create a low barrier to entry, make it easy to understand, and give it a high perceived value. Okay. So a lot of people offer a website review like I do, but in my proposal or in my profile, you'll see that I have a lot of experience. So people will think, hey, this guy's website review is worth a lot more than other people's website review. So the goal is to have a great positive first transaction. You can do an audit, a website review, conversion analysis. All this could be for free. And the barrier to entry that I'm speaking of here isn't this little free little nugget of loom.com. It's, hey, you know what? Instead of hiring somebody for 60 hours of work, why don't you just hire me for 2 hours and I'll show you what I can do. All right. So that's giving them a very low barrier to entry. They don't have to commit to you long-term or short. It's just, okay, you know what? I'll hire you for 2 hours. By this time tomorrow, you'll be done. Great. Got it. and I'll see if you're worth it. So the key is not to go off and do the work, then come back with a plan and present it to the prospect. What you want to do is you want to do it with them. So what you're going to do in this case is you're going to build a plan with them. So I'll give you an example. When somebody hires me to create a marketing plan, I won't say, hey, you know what? Give me $10,000, I'll create your marketing plan. I'll say, you know what? I already have a template. I've used it for many clients. I'm going to come back with some thoughts. Hire me for 2 hours. I'll come back with some thoughts. I'll create a spreadsheet of a list of activities that I think we should do for the first couple months. And I want to be on the phone with you or Zoom or whatever. And I want to walk through and prioritize these tasks. Okay. So you're not just giving them work. You're saying, listen, this is what I think you should do. Because in reality, you know very, very little about that prospect's job and their company, right? So you want to present it to them, an outline, and you want to finalize it with them. And then you're asking them, is this a good plan for you? So I walk them through after a 1 hour call with them. You know, this part's billable, it's part of the 2 hours. And I presented them a lot of tasks and things that I think should be done based on my experience as a marketer. And now we're prioritizing it together on the phone. Okay, I'm asking them the right questions. They're giving me the right answers. Excuse me. And then at the end is the question that you have to ask, would you like us to help you with this plan? You know, we went through this together. We built this together. And by this time, if you have even a remotely good rapport, even if the call on average, they're going to say yes. And now instead of what you would have, your chances of getting a 28 or a 40-hour job straight off the bat from an initial email would have been less than 2%. Your chance of getting that 2-hour job is much, much greater, 30 or 50%, right? And now after this little 1 hour call that you had with them, now your chances of securing that 20 or 60-hour job is way higher than 2%. And all you did was you asked them questions on a phone with them. And you gave a few minutes of thought on what tasks need to be prioritized. And I mean, it's a no-brainer at that point, right? So a very low barrier to entry to show that you're the expert. And then you hit them with, hey, would you like us to help you with this plan? So I hope this helped. This will definitely give you more, a better conversion of your Upwork proposals. Good luck.